Good morning, everyone. We all make mistakes. And as leaders, we are going to make mistakes, and that's okay, as long as we learn from them and as long as we do not repeat the same mistakes. If we also have the courage to apologize for them, then we're winners. In this particular episode, we are offering 3.5 tips on how to recover from your mistakes and make them your ally. Because the biggest mistake in making mistakes, Sophia, is not admitting to them. And today we'll start with tip number 1 as we're broadcasting live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. And Sophia, please take away tip number 1.
Yes, let's take it with tip number 1. And it's very easy. It's avoid using the word if. We see many people saying on TV or in the public places, I am sorry if I have offended you. This shows that you don't take full responsibility for your actions. Instead, you could try, I am sorry that I have offended you. This shows empathy, and this shows that you're ready to take responsibility, and also you're ready to redeem your mistake. So I will pass it on to you, Michael, for tip number 2.
Tip number 2, as you can see on your screen, is avoid using another word, the word but. Most people use the word but and bring the excuse. Instead of using the word but and bringing up the excuse, we suggest you use the word because and bring up the solution. So instead of saying, I made a spelling mistake, but I was in a hurry, say, I made a spelling mistake because I didn't have a spell checker installed on my laptop, and I will sure this doesn't happen again. So instead of using but and getting the excuse out there, use because and bring up the solution, Sophia. Which takes us to tip number 3. And as you can see on your screen, it's avoid beating around the bush. If you're going to be apologizing and you have a lot of items on your agenda, I suggest you get to the apology first, because if you do so, your meeting will flow freely. If you don't, there will be a burden, there will be a hurdle all the way up, discussing all the other points. And if you're not addressing the elephant in the room, it will make it uncomfortable, first and foremost to yourself, because you know at the back of your mind you need to discuss it, and your meeting won't flow as naturally and as productively as it would have flown if you got to the apology first. So Sophia, 3.5 tips. The 3.5 is on you.
Yes, and the point 5 is related to how you react when someone apologizes to you. So let's look at it. React with empathy and understanding when the other person apologizes. I know it sounds a bit trivial, but you have to follow these 3 steps in order to make sure that you show that you react with understanding. Step number 1 is acknowledge that and thank the other person for apologizing. Thank them. This was probably not easy for them.
Correct.
Step number 2 is nod your head and show understanding. This will make them feel more comfortable and they will make them open up. And finally, step number 3, if you have a solution to offer, then offer it at that point. How can we make sure that this doesn't happen? Or how can I help you to make sure that this doesn't happen? This shows that you're ready to move on. And I'm going to pass it on to you, Michael, to tell us an example of another person who accepted an apology.
Yes, let's bring all of them together. And this example comes from the book Leadership from Sir Alex Ferguson. For those of you who are not footballing fans, he's the person who managed to get 38 trophies with Manchester United and make Manchester United great. That's the cover you see now. We will drop it in the notes for anyone who wants to buy it. We highly suggest this book. And Sophia, in one of the examples, Sir Alex Ferguson talks about how his players were very late, most of them, for the training. And instead of showing no remorse, Alex Ferguson says in the book that he truly understood that it was peak hour and there was lots of traffic jam around Old Trafford. So the first thing he did is to show empathy and understanding. And he told them, I truly understand why you're late and because there's lots of traffic. But if you can make it to come a bit earlier, that will be fair on all the other players as well. And then one of the players, Mark Borchnich, who was the goalkeeper at the time, continued being late. So he took him apart after a lot of warnings, and Sir Alex Ferguson told him that you are being very unfair on your team players who managed to arrive early. And what I suggest you should do, Mark, is to leave 20 minutes earlier so you can be on time. If you want to be on time, plan to be early, as the proverb says. So what I saw from Sir Alex Ferguson was understanding, empathy. He didn't blame him, but he didn't also tell him, you're making it hard on me. He told him, you're making it hard on your team players. And he even gave him lots of warnings. So this is the exact same thing we will be learning at our mastermind, which is going to be going live in January 2022 for only 15 people. And we will be more than happy if you can join our mastermind. And it's going to be, as I said, we can show a banner of it. It's going to be going live in January 2022. We're going to be discussing topics like feedback, delegation of authority, public speaking, how to apologize, and all applications, as you can see there. It's going to be in this link. Sophia, will you drop this link after the episode is over? Okay, we will drop this link after the episode is over. So, anything else, or shall we get to the comments from our fans and friends?
I just wanted to note that this application is a show of interest on your behalf. So please go ahead and apply. And after you apply, we will evaluate the applications and we will book a call with you.
Very good.
So let's go to the comments.
Let's see who's here. Andreas Chrisuliotis, good morning. Andreas, hope you are doing well. Richard Pettinger, good morning. Early riser. Ioanna Hadzi, how you doing? Good morning. Another way, like offending you was definitely not in my intentions. Correct. I think we discussed this in our previous episode, Sophia, when we were giving feedback. You said the exact same thing that Ioanna is saying now.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's
correct.
About showing your intentions.
Very good. George, good morning. George is always present. Who else is here? Klidos Dimitriou, all the way from Dubai. Good morning. Happy name day, Michael. Thank you very much. Greatly appreciated. And have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. Kristalla, good morning. Who else is here? Milovan, you're always present. Michael Kronia Bola, happy name day. Thank you very much. Who else is here? Stelios Irododu, good morning. Happy name day. Thank you very much for your wishes, for your support. Let's take another comment. Richard is good. Hope all is well with you and everyone. Please, can you send details of the January program? Of course, this is Richard Pettinger, the head of the UCL Business School. Richard, it's an honor. We will send you details. It's going to be an 8-week program. It's going to be online. People will also have to read books and get into discussions and feedback. It works only if you work on this program. It doesn't work if you will expect us to work on this. So yes, it's going to be very interactive. We've been designing it with Sophia for a year now. Good morning and happy name day. Thank you, Nick. So Sophia, you got some interest, so please make sure we send also to Richard Pettinger all the details. Thank you, guys. Have a great week ahead and a productive week, and catch you all soon. Bye-bye.